Hey everyone, what's up? I am CTB Emotionless, you can call me Savage, and welcome to another episode review of Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. This time we're doing episode 4, and honestly, I will say right now that this episode, in my opinion, has been the funniest one so far, and it has a little bit of some badump moments in there, but we will get to it when we get to it. Let's just hurry up and dive right into that. But before we get started, just a quick reminder for you to please like, comment, subscribe, and also ring that notification bell as well so you can be up to date whenever I post a video on this channel, which I try my absolute best to upload daily. Yes, daily. That means every single day. If you didn't know what that word means, if you didn't, then I'm judging you behind your back. Just know it. So let's hurry up and move right on into this. The episode starts with our boy Senpai washing his hands right over at the faucet, and surprise, surprise, our girl Nagatoro arrives like a wild Pokemon. She's washing her hands right next to him, sharing the same faucet for whatever reason, and she wants to embarrass our boy Senpai like always. And how does she do it? By saying this is just like a couple preparing to have some sex. Yep, I guess that's what couples do. I do know right before clapping thine cheeks, I make sure my body is clean as a whistle, because I want this girl to know I'm clean. Like, come on, the girls love the smell of a man who just washed himself. But, once again, I protest moving forward. She decides to say that he's beet red, and he tries to move his hands away, and she grabs his hands and say, hey, you want to try it? And he's like, try what? She says washing each other, and she starts washing his hands with her hands, and they start rubbing and intertwining thine fingers, I believe, or at least covering his hand with her with her hands. And of course he's just like, yeah, this is way too much. He takes his hand and he runs on out of there, and he decides he's just gonna wash his hand in the restroom like he should have done in the first place. I have no idea why he would think he would be safe out in public when Nagatoro tends to appear out of nowhere, but it is what it is. Opening does opening things. Not like anything changed. Duh. Senpai is enjoying his lunch peacefully and quietly. He's right into the club room. He's enjoying himself until he hears the slide of the door opening, and he thinks it's Nagatoro, but alas, it is not. Instead, it's her two friends that we saw in the last episode, if you don't recall. Yeah, they are quite the troublemakers, and they decide that they're gonna spend some time with him because they're just like Nagatoro, except it's not out of love, it's out of the pure enjoyment of just bullying other people. And how did they decide to bully our boy Senpai this time? This time they like to bully him by making fun of the fact that he has never touched a girl's breast in his day. Not a day in his life has he touched the breast of a woman, which I'm gonna be real, touching boobs, it wasn't me in high school. Yeah, I'm gonna say it right now. Your boy wasn't a pimp back in the day. Your boy was a geek slash nerd slash got no game whatsoever. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm not ashamed of it, but it is what it is. So they decide, hey, would you like to touch one of our boobs? Huh? And he does what we all expect him to do, and shoot, even I would have done because they terrify me also, is he tries to run away, and to absolutely no one's surprise, he fails. He gets caught immediately by Yoshi-chan. Yoshi is the Twin Tails girl, if you don't recall. And the other one that's there, the mob boss of all of this, is Gamo-chan. Alright, there we go. Said their names, and I hope I can remember their names throughout the rest of this video. After capturing him, they decide we're gonna force you to touch our boobies, or at least Gamo-chan's boobies. And after they succeed forcing him to touch thine breast, alas, it is not true. Instead, it's actually just a bean bun right under her uniform, and then they proceed to torment and tease him about it, thinking he had a chance of touching some boob. But she probably shouldn't have said that out loud, because just like a wild Pokemon as always, Nagatoro arrives and all you see is hatred and jealousy in her eyes. And Gamo and Yoshi do the smart thing. They get the fuck on out of there and bolt on out, which I have to say, I actually laughed at that. That was hilarious. It's actually a lot harder when Senpai tried to run away and failed immediately, but it is what it is. Like a gentleman and a scholar, Senpai thanks Nagatoro for saving him from more of their torment and their bullying, but Nagatoro is still fixated on the fact that Senpai touched some breastises, and it had to be someone who's quite developed, if I do say so myself. But he of course explains, saying, don't worry, I didn't actually touch her boobs, it was a bean bun, I swear to God. And once Nagatoro receives these news, and let's be real, Senpai, he's a terrible liar. So if he said that just normally, so she knew obviously he's not lying about it, and she decides to start tormenting on that too, saying, poor Senpai, you didn't get to touch some boobies. So whatever. She goes ahead and asks, what would you do if I asked if you want to touch my boobies? He said, well, I don't want to touch anyone's boobies, which is, come on, no man in history has ever believed that, and I mean literally believe that, unless, actually no, I think even gay guys don't mind touching the boobies because boobies are kind of nice. We all agree boobs are nice. We care about boobs in this country, and especially in Japan, they care about the boobs. So, to persuade him to touch thine breasts, what she does is she grabs the bean bun and places it under her shirt. Now, before, there has to be context of, that being said, she also had purchased the premium bean bun, which, I don't get what's the whole trope with anime and having like legendary foods that are so hard to get in school, but whatever. She has one of those and she places that also under her shirt, allowing him to let him know that she has it under his shirt. He saw it and it all of a sudden disappeared right into the shirt. And of course saying, all right, how about you just guess which bean bun is which one's the premium. And he goes ahead, touches one, and then right when he goes to touch the other, unfortunately the bean bun had fallen out by mistake, and he gets to cop a feel. He starts feeling on her boobies, and not with just one hand, but he goes with the other hand as well to verify the softness and the bounciness of this bread is legit. And he's just like, yep, this has got to be the premium bun. And hey, look on the bright side, regardless if that thing fell out or not, he was going to be correct. So he's killing it. But unfortunately afterwards he gets beaten by the bean bun, because that is the way of the land. And you touch a girl's boobs, you gotta die. It's just the law of anime, unless they like you and they're okay with it. But whatever, semantics. Honestly, I think it was an epic gamer moment. Like, dude, you gotta touch some boob. You deserve it, senpai, you do. After all this terrible things happening to you, you deserve a boob touch every once in a while. Moving on to the next half of the episode, we have Nagatoro telling senpai to draw her again, and he's like, nah, I want to draw an apple. And she's like, apple, banana, these things will always exist. I am a high school girl, goddammit. We are on a limited supply, you bastard. So he decides, okay, fine, I will draw you after all. The next day comes by and she's running a little bit late. Senpai's looking out a window because he's the main protagonist, if you forgot. And main protagonists look out windows, and he's just overlooking a baseball practice, it looks, as seems. And of course, here's a slide of the door open. The door opens and all he sees is a couch being pushed in. And who's pushing that couch? It's the one you always expect. It's goddamn Nagatoro. She's out there, she's pushing the couch in. First of all, pretty gangster of her to get a couch. Don't know where she got it from, but she did it. I'm lying. She actually explains that she got it from another club who was going to throw it away, so she took it and decided to place it right on into the the art club room, because she just can sit on something more comfortable. Epic. Nagatoro notices senpai always staring at the window as of late, and he explains he's a little envious that he sits there, doesn't get a lot of praise, but he understands why he doesn't get a lot of praise, because he believes that's due to his lack of talent, which I have to say personally, fuck you, man, because I can't draw for shit and you're really good at drawing. He really is. He's downplaying himself. He's one of those people, the people who are like really good at something and don't realize that's actually a skill and a type of talent, but it's whatever. And of course Nagatoro asks him, well, have you ever praised anyone? And he says, well, now I think about it, not really. And she gives a lesson of saying, well, for one to receive praise, one must give praise. And that right there is basically spiritualism, saying, hey, whatever you give to the universe will give back to you. I think that's bullshit, because I get a lot of good shit going on and I just get bull crap thrown at me. I don't know, maybe it works opposite for me, but in this world it might work well for him. Nagatoro tells senpai to praise her, praise her, give her some compliments about her appearance and all that cool stuff. He goes through his head of what he could compliment. He decides to compliment, first of all, her hair, which I have to say, I like her hair too. Good call, man. I was wondering if you were going to call that, because that was what I was thinking immediately. Then he decides to compliment her light step. She clearly has light step, because she appears out of nowhere. Like, she has the ability to just spawn from nothing, and I am impressed. It must be It must be because she's really silent. And last but not least, he compliments the most important thing of all, is that badass kick we saw her did, or she did, in the first episode, baby, which that kick was pretty epic. So the fact that he complimented that, I appreciate it, because it was really cool. I forgot about it, at least as a, for the moment of time praising, but, good job, man. That's a good call. Also, after being complimented about her badass kick, her heart went badump, my friends. So, that means character progression in the romance field, at least from my understanding. And then afterwards, Nagatoro decides to also give praise to Senpai, and the praises weren't what you expect, or actually you would expect because it's Nagatoro, is the praise just turned into just toying with him again, saying that he has a funny face and his expressions are just enjoyable, and the fact that if she stares at him long enough, his eye starts twitching, which is just phenomenal. So good job on the praise game, girl. That's me being sarcastic. You suck at it, but it is what it is. After toying with him for a little bit, she decides, all right, let's finally get started on this whole drawing thing. All right, let's get this done. She does a couple of poses onto the couch to, tease Senpai a little bit, but, Senpai is not having it. He's just like, sit normal, you stupid bitch. And I was like, damn, Senpai, you got some balls. Where did that come from? And he was like, you shut up too, you stupid bitch. And I was like, damn. What did I do? I didn't deserve to be called a stupid bitch. And then he says, sit your ugly ass over there so I can draw this dame and get on with my life. And I was like, all right, yes, sir. And I went and sat down, let him do his thing. Okay, that being said, he didn't say any of that. He just let her sit down normally. And he started drawing her. And what I mean by that is he didn't start drawing her at all. He just kind of just stared at her. Yep, that's really it. After realizing he wasn't making any progress, she's like, I'm gonna take a quick break. She's like, I'm gonna change my pose because you kind of didn't do anything yet. And she basically falls asleep. She lies down and falls asleep, and she looks great when she's sleeping. Why? Because she's not talking that much. Let's just be real with it. But it is what it is. I said that like 4 to 5 times. I gotta stop saying that. No more saying that for the rest of this video. While she is sleeping, Senpai decides to draw her as is, and he rushes through it allegedly. I say those words because it looked poppin'. He tried to say that it looked horrible or kind of ugly, and he was embarrassed to even show her. And I have no idea why he said that, because I was saying, damn, that looks really good. And right when I said that, that's when he said this looked awful. And I was like, well, goddamn. Okay, I have low standards. Got it. My bad, G. And of course, Nagatoro, with the light stuff that she already had woken up, moved right behind him, and basically told him, oh wow, this is a good painting. I like this painting. This painting is gangsta. And he's like, oh, thank you. And right before she went to sleep, she practically told him, hey, if you draw me well, I'll give you a reward once again. So Senpai was prepared for another trick as usual, and she tells him to close his eyes. He closes his eyes, and of course, he's just immediately thinking, all right, it's gonna be another trick. What is it gonna be this time? And he feels something soft upon thy lips, and he's like, the hell was that? She says, what does it taste like, Senpai? He's like, taste. And of course, he opens his eyes, and this is a little plushy toy thing, whatever. I don't know what it's made out of. Probably plastic or silicone, or what are toys made out of? I don't know anymore. And of course, she makes fun of the fact that he tries to stick his tongue, thinking, in, and probably thinking, oh, what, you trying to stick your tongue in? You're crazy. You think you're ready for a kiss from me? Blah, blah, blah. Teasing him. But of course, before it was all over, she did say she genuinely liked the picture. And that made my heart feel a little warmer than it did that day. So after that, roll credits, really. And that was all that went down basically in that episode. And so far, I would say this episode was a little bit more enjoyable. It was a little fun, had a little wholesome things, and I am excited for the next episode because your boy actually read the manga, and I caught up to the manga. And this next part right here is actually it's a pretty good chapter. All right, you're gonna like it. Trust me, I already know. If they do everything right, which I imagine they are. And honestly, I look forward to the rest of the series. So far, it seems really fun, heartwarming, funny, and overall enjoyable. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, cookies and milk. And also, make sure to ring the notification bell as well, because those are really important for you to be kept up to date to what's going on into this channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, because, I upload every day. So why wouldn't I see you guys tomorrow? All right. Peace.